Okay, so we've let our sealant tack up. You can see kind of how sticky it is. So we're going to go ahead and install our gasket here. Just kind of get everything nice and neat so we don't want any leaks on this thing. So what I've done is also covered the inside of this as well. And we'll install that as such and install our cam gear. Okay, we got our cam gear in. We got the forward thrust set, and everything spins just like it's supposed to. So I'm happy with that. Oh yeah. Yep. Okay, so we're set up on the next shot here, but I've got a couple of viewers in the family who have never seen the inside of an engine. So this is kind of an experience for them. So as we start to put these parts together, I'm gonna break this down so that a couple of my family members can kind of understand what's going on here. So if you understand how an engine works, then hey, you might want to move on. But this is for them, and you know who you are. So as the camshaft rotates, it's going to be hooked to the crankshaft with a crank gear, and we'll get into that after we get the valve train done. But I just kind of want to show you how this valve train works. So we're going to temporarily install two valves here. There's the exhaust valve for the number 1. And there's the intake valve for number 1. So as the engine rotates, the lifters that I installed in the previous video will hit the lobes on the camshaft, and those lobes on the camshaft will push the lifters up, which in turn will open the valve on the top of the engine as such. Kind of see how that works. Kind of zoom out here so you can see what's going on here. Alright, I'm going to try to get a shot so you can see what's going on top of the engine too as the camshaft turns. Make sure that thing's stable there. Okay, I'm not sure you can see. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. Just try to get both the lifter and the valve train at the same time. So as the camshaft turns, you can see the lifter strike the bottom of the valve, and you can see the valve open. Okay. Kind of see how that works. Okay, so I'll walk you through it right quick. Alright, so this will be the intake stroke. There's 4 strokes to an engine. This will be the intake stroke. So as the crankshaft rotates, the intake valve opens right here and allows air and fuel to enter here, sneak past the valve into the combustion chamber. That's the intake stroke. So as the valve closes and gets to bottom dead center, as the piston goes down, it sucks all that air and fuel into this combustion chamber. When the piston starts to come back up, this is called the compression stroke. So as the piston comes up, it compresses all that air and fuel in that cylinder. And after it compresses it, the spark plug ignites it and drives the piston down. And that's the driving the piston down is the 3rd stroke, which is the power stroke. After the power stroke, the combustion chamber is full of exhaust gases. So you have to get rid of the exhaust gases. So the exhaust valve opens right here and allows the spent fuel to exit the exhaust port and out the tailpipe. So it's kind of an amazing process to see how all this works and how all this works together. And you know, the engineers that design these things, I could no more do that than you know, taking a trip to the moon. But I am just amazed at these old things and how they operate and so on and so forth. So okay, well that's all the lessons I got for the 4 strokes of an engine. We'll get back to getting this thing together, so stand by. I've got a valve spring compressor here, and I just compress the springs with the cap. Slide the valve in the guide, and then just rotate the spring through. I rotate the spring in between the lifter and the valve, the end of the valve. Then I'm going to come in here with two little bit of keepers and keep that valve cap on. It's extremely aggravating because of where they're located. So I just have to kind of, you know, take my time with it. Now we'll rotate the valve so we can get the other one in, or attempt to. And there we go. Okay, so I tried 4 times to get these things installed on the camera, and I just had a few too many cuss words, and I didn't want to publish that on YouTube. So there they are. They're all in, and you can see when I rotate the camshaft that everything's working appropriately. Now obviously they still need to be adjusted, but that's the general theme there. So okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hey, shoot me a comment at chadlhightower@gmail.com, or send me a question through the link. Give me a thumbs up, or subscribe to my channel. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll continue with part 4 on the next video. So thanks for watching.